Welcome to the Digital Marketing News. I'm Tiffani Allen.
And with your first story this week, I am Joshua Nite.
Yes.
Hey, you know what's better than a first party?
What?
A third party.
The best kind.
Yeah, and you know what's better than a third party?
What?
A third party pixel.
Oh.
That's what I think anyway. Pixels
Sure.
let marketers track data from people who are using sites such as Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Not so fast, YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Turns out YouTube is ending support for its third-party pixel.
Oh, no.
In early 2020 is where this is going down. So that seems like an impossibly futuristic date. That is approximately next Tuesday. But after that gets sunsetted, then everything is going to go through Google's Ads Data Hub.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a complete loss for marketers. There are some third-party providers that are available there, including some of the big guys like Nielsen and ComScore. There are options there. However, all of those folks are getting their data from your mom. No,
Google?
from Google. Yeah. So that means that pretty much Google is going to be reporting on your customers' engagement with Google's products, and marketers are a little bit upset about that. However, Google claims that this is going to be a more consistent way to keep track of people across devices, and also a more secure way to kind of preserve people's privacy, keep that data secure while giving us the tracking that we need. So remains to be seen, but if that does bother you intensely, there are other ways to host videos than the YouTubes. So definitely worth looking into.
Yes. Just embrace Google. It's all happening.
Google has already embraced you. Might as well hug back.
Yes. Speaking of privacy, do you remember Facebook?
Vaguely.
They had a privacy scandal, small one, still kind of dealing with things of that nature. But no shock here, Facebook usage has dropped 26% since 2017. A new report from Activate Inc. shows these numbers. An average of 9 hours a month is what they're forecasting that folks are spending on Facebook, which is down from 14.25 hours in 2017.
That's a month, not a day. I will adjust my usage accordingly.
Got it. Yes, of course. But Facebook plus Messenger is nearly 15 hours in 2019. So kind of the same. And of course, Instagram usage is up slightly as well since 2017. So don't count Facebook out yet.
I wouldn't count them out.
Wouldn't count them out, but keep an eye on Dark Social. Of course, they're moving their platform to more in-messenger advertising and things of that nature, so I'm sure more of that will come up in the future, of course, as they're going through their next round of hearings, I believe is happening currently. That might change, but again, folks are using Facebook still, just in different ways.
Yep, and since this is our last show before Halloween, I will just say, Dark Social.
Oh, that's spectacular.
Dark Social.
I'm waiting to say that on video.
You know what else is scary?
What?
The way that people don't really like to watch ads anymore.
Oh, yes, that is scary.
However, as a marketer, that is kind of scary, but it turns out that people do still like to listen to ads with their ears, providing they're in the right format. So another new report, this one from Podcast One and Edison Research. Edison is pretty much the authority on podcast statistics, so I take them very seriously. They did a study on heavy podcast users, which I take slight umbrage to because it's people who spend at least 5 hours a week listening to podcasts. And honestly, if you listen to just a couple or 10 podcasts, you're going to hit that number.
Yeah.
So why call me a heavy user? I don't have a problem.
We can talk about this.
I can stop anytime.
Sure.
There's a button that you just push and it stops it. However, these folks that they surveyed, 60% of them said that they view the advertisers on their favorite podcasts in a positive light.
Oh.
They actually have made the connection between these folks are supporting the content that I like, so they're digging it. 70% even said they would consider a new product or service they hear about on a podcast.
Wow.
So your Casper mattresses, your Hello Freshes.
So much Hello Fresh.
Zip recruiters
Yes.
sometimes, right? What I liked though is only 25% said that there are too many ads on podcasts, and that's compared with 62% for television and 47% for radio.
Wow.
So over half don't think there are too many ads on radio, and I wonder what stations they're listening to.
Yeah.
But the big takeaway here, people listening to ads on podcasts, not really bothered by them, possibly persuaded by them, and it's a good opportunity for businesses to get in the biz.
Speaking of data.
I know he's going to be on the new Picard show with Riker and Troy, and it's super exciting.
Not that data, Josh.
Oh, this is not the digital marketing nerd. Sorry.
No. So more consumers are willing to share data when brands are transparent.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's a little bit of a different data set. So Accenture Interactive surveyed 8,000 consumers. That's a lot.
That's a few.
Yeah, 69% said that they wouldn't do business with a brand if its data usage is invasive.
Invasive.
Yeah, I want to know how they quantified that. I'm confused a little bit, but that's pretty cool. 73% said they're willing to share more with brands that are transparent about how their data is used. Makes sense. 87% said they want brands to understand them, which naturally does require data. 93% said every interaction with a brand must be excellent.
That is the new table stakes.
Right,
Excellence.
yeah. Just make sure it's really, really good. So use the data that you have to make experiences really good for the folks that you are trying to reach with your marketing, products, and services. But use it responsibly. Of course, don't sell it to nefarious, otherworldly, or this worldly beings. And just make sure that you are disclosing how that data is used to give them a better experience.
Yeah, because there is an ethics here, but it is just also about how people feel about your stuff. So if you let them know what's going on, they're going to be probably a little more groovy with you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what B2B online buyers want.
Please do.
I'll tell you what they really, really want.
Is it a zig-a-zig ah?
It is always a zig-a-zig ah, but in this case that translates to two very simple concepts. They want loyalty and they want simplicity.
Good.
Don't we all?
Yes.
This is a survey actually from the United Postal Service talking about shipping and B2B buyers. They did a survey of 890, which you would say that's not enough.
No.
7.
Perfect.
897 participants nailed it. And they found that 56% of those folks are members of loyalty programs.
Okay.
So loyalty, a big deal for them. So 88% do research online before they purchase. 12% presumably go down to the grocery store and look at that big cork board with all the things on it instead.
Every day.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. But what I found was interesting. So the highest percentage of the research that people are doing is on the merchant's website. And that is more than the people who start at a search engine.
Wow.
And it is way more. So only 23% go to Amazon to search for products first.
Wow.
So B2B buyers are actually starting their search at your website. That's super good news.
That's great news. Most important aspects for those folks, of course, of choosing a supplier. Do you want to know them?
Oh, I do.
Okay, great. 64% said product quality. So, of course, making sure it's a good product is very important. 47% said reliability. And only 43% said cost. So maybe that means folks are willing to pay a little bit more for something that's better quality and more reliable. But nearly half, Josh.
Nearly half.
Said they wanted to shop sites that save their login information, payment details, and delivery preferences. They don't want to continue to have to enter that stuff.
So otherwise known as brands that are responsibly and transparently using their data to provide a better experience.
Exactly.
It all comes together.
It does. That was the whole plan, right? All right. So, of course, use your data wisely, but this is a trend that we're seeing in B2B across the board. Quality and experience are bigger differentiators than price. If you're competing on price, maybe think about what those other differentiators can be for you. If you need help mining out those factors, of course, you could hire a digital marketing agency that specializes in B2B to help you with that.
Where are we going to find one?
On the internet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well, that's all the digital marketing news we have for you today. If you want more before our next episode, you can follow TopRank on Twitter at TopRank or me at Tiffani_Allen.
Yep, and you can find me on Twitter at NiteWrites. That's NITEWRITES. And please remember to subscribe to our blog and to this here YouTube channel right here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.